The Grimaldi family, who still rule it today, took it by force and then spent centuries securing papal, imperial, and French recognition of their princely status. One fringe tidbit? The Grimaldis once issued proclamations under the grand title, "By the grace of God, Prince of Monaco, Lord of Menton," and Roquebrune, Defender of the Faith, Keeper of the Maritime Gateway. That last bit sounds like something from a fantasy novel. You stroll into Andorra next, and things get even more curious. Andorra is ruled not by one prince, but two, the co-princes. One is the President of France, the other is the Bishop of Urgel in Spain. Yes, a secular head of state and a Catholic bishop sharing equal sovereignty over a country that mostly produces tax-free electronics and excellent hiking trails. It is like a buddy cop movie where both officers wear ceremonial robes and sign treaties by quill pen. And the titles here get technical. The President of France is styled Co-Prince of Andorra, Count of Foix, and Defender of the Valleys, even though he probably couldn't find Andorra on a map without GPS assistance. And then you have San Marino, one of the oldest republics in the world. Here, the heads of state are called Captains Regent, and they're elected every 6 months. No hereditary titles here, just rotating governance and enough ceremony to make a royal jealous. And yes, even these Captains Regent have honorifics often styled Excellency, sometimes the most serene, because even a rotating leadership wants a little gravitas. You begin to see a pattern. In the miniature realms of Europe, titles often served as shields. They were diplomatic armor signaling that we may be small, but we are not insignificant. The microstates knew they couldn't win wars, but they could win recognition. So they loaded up on the most ornate, ceremonial language possible. Because if your country doesn't have an army, it had better have an archive. One noble in the 19th century actually coined a personal title as Grand Constable of the Royal Order of the Azure Star of the Pyrenean Valleys. No one knew what it meant, but it impressed dinner guests, and that was half the point. Sometimes, these tiny states even handed out noble titles like party favors.